Me love every woman in the world. The girls them pretty like diamonds and pearl. But a one girl me no want.
Hey friends, hello and welcome back to another video. So today I just thought I'd turn the camera on and kind of do a bit like a vlog style video. I'm feeling pretty rough today, as you can see. My pain is quite high and I'm just feeling really exhausted. I've got quite a bit of fog brain, which basically means that your brain is just all foggy, and I don't know whether I'm coming or going, whether I'm up or down. Honestly, I'm having one of those days. So I don't know if it was like quite a good idea to turn the camera on and do it today, but I just want you guys to see me. I want you guys to see every side of me, and I feel like it's really important to do this, especially for all of my chronic illness warriors out there, all of you men and women out there that suffer with chronic illness and struggle day to day. I just want you to see, that you are not alone. And, myself, I struggle every single day with my chronic illness. Yeah, it's hard. So I just thought I'd turn the camera on and answer some of the questions that you guys gave to me the other week on a post that I put out on YouTube. And I just thought I'd put a little bit of makeup on. I'm not going to do like a full face. I'm just going to get rid of my under eye bags because, yeah, they're looking terrible. And just a few little marks on my face. I'm just going to sort of cover up with a little bit of concealer, as well as talking to you guys. So I'm going to start with this concealer actually, which is a really good concealer and was highly recommended from the lady. Oh, my tummy's grumbling, guys. Am I blurry? No, there we go. Yeah, it come highly recommended. This is long lasting perfection concealer by Collection, and it was really cheap. It was like £4. Okay, I was just looking to see if I've got something to use with it. It's in the colour Toffee, and it's a matte finish, and literally I just put some, it's really close to my skin complexion, so I just literally put some under my eyes. So guys, I don't have like perfect skin. We all have our imperfections, don't we? And I try to just do this under my eyes when I can, just to make myself feel a little bit better. I'm going to bring my mirror just in front of me just so I can just cover my little marks that I don't like to see. This dries really fast, so that's the only thing I would say. You have to quickly get it on, which I'm not doing very well at the moment because I'm actually talking to you guys. Just going to use my sponge and just spread it out just so that it covers all of the dark spots. So I wanted to talk to you guys obviously about my chronic illness, and just yeah, answer your questions. So first of all, let me obviously tell you what my chronic illnesses are, because if you are new here and you've only just started following me, or you wouldn't know what my chronic illnesses are. So I have fibromyalgia, which is a chronic illness that causes widespread pain all over your body. So you get pain signals from your brain, and it basically sends pain signals all throughout your body. So you get pain through your neck, on in your shoulders, down your arms. You can literally get it anywhere, and they mainly say that fibromyalgia mainly affects women over the age of I think it's 30 something. I'm not sure. I'll put the correct findings on the screen. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, so basically you can have fibromyalgia, and they say that normally fibromyalgia can be sort of an offset of like trauma. So if you have, like, you know, been in sort of like a car crash or had some traumatic event happen to you, it can be an offset, and that's what happened to me. I suddenly lost my mum in 2017, and it was sudden, and then that was the offset. That was like the trauma of my mum passing away. But previous to that, I sort of was in the same week as my mum passing away. Me and my ex-husband decided to split, so I went through like quite a not a nice breakup. What breakup is nice? Not a nice breakup. And I mean, losing my mum and at the same time splitting with my husband at the time, it's like tipped me over the edge and sent my body into complete overdrive, and it just basically, not overdrive, it basically just stopped on me, just wouldn't work. Like, I just was in extreme pain. I had, you know, I felt like someone had used me as a punching bag and just been punching me over and over again. I couldn't lift my arms. I could barely walk. I was in pain. I was stiff. I couldn't get out of the bed. And my body just shut down. And 2 years previous to that, I lost my dad. So I hadn't fully sort of gone through my whole grieving process with losing my dad. And then obviously it wasn't even actually 2 years, it was just less than 2 years, and then suddenly lost my mum and went through, you know, a really bad split with my ex-husband. Yeah, so that's the first thing that I have. Aside from that, I also have rheumatoid arthritis in my hands. And in my feet and my ankles and my wrists, which cause like swelling of my limbs, my hands and my feet, and I get stiffness in my fingers, like they just all of a sudden just, you know, they don't want to work for me. I lose grip. I know that you can also lose grip in some of the symptoms with fibromyalgia. So like all of my illnesses kind of cross over into each other. So yes, I'll get sort of swelling of the hands and my joints and my fingers, and extreme pain through my fingers and my feet. And then I also have osteoarthritis in my knees, and I recently was diagnosed with another condition which apparently has been the doctor has said to me that it's actually I inherited it. Yeah, it's a hereditary, inherited it, like I inherited loads of money. It's hereditary. So I've actually informed my brothers about this, and my family members, like that, my siblings, to get their knees checked out, because my knees, had this been found sort of 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't be in such severe pain as to what I am in now. So also having the osteoarthritis, I have this other condition where my kneecaps are set higher than they should be, and I had like an injection put through my joint of my knee to help with the pain, but it hasn't helped. And the doctor said that I need to have an operation, but he's not willing to give me the operation at the moment because I am too much overweight. So it's a pain. So that's what I have in my knees. I also have a condition which I always forget the name of it. No, I don't forget the name, but I can never say it. So I have this book, which is the Chronic Illness Journal. I'll leave this in the description box down below so you guys can go over and have a look at their website. This is such a great journal. I'll show you it in a second, because you can sort of keep a track on your illness and yeah, just put all of your symptoms that you're having, or you know, any new findings, anything that's changed in one place. And when you go to see your doctor, like I always have to go to see the rheumatologist, then I have to go and see the neurologist, because I have an issue with I have a condition with my brain, which I'll tell you in a second. So I'm always going to different appointments, and this is like a great place to just keep everything in one place. So my other condition that I have is idiopathic intracranial hypertension, and this is basically, so I only got diagnosed with this last year, and apparently this illness can be an offset of like putting on a quite a bit of weight in a short period of time, which I have done. If you obviously have been following me from the beginning, you'll know that I was like a small size 22 when starting this journey, this channel, and now I'm sort of a size 24, sometimes in a 26, depending what the item is. So I have gained quite a bit of weight in a short period of time because of what's been going on in the world. I do feel like I've got an eating disorder, which we'll talk about at another point. But it basically, the weight has had an effect on my eyesight. So last year I was getting sort of blurry vision, and I was getting bad headaches, migraines, blurry vision, and my I couldn't see properly. Everything was like just a bit of a blur. And so I called the GP and explained to them, and we was in lockdown at this time, and she said, you need to go to the hospital. And because of COVID, I was really scared, and I didn't want to go. So I went to the opticians and had my eyes checked at the opticians. When I went to the opticians, they actually asked if they could x-ray my eyes, because she thought that she could see something in the back of my eyes. So she then x-rayed my eyes and then said that she could see something behind both of my eyes, and she'd like me to go and see, she'd like me to go straight to the eye clinic, the emergency eye clinic at the hospital. So she called them over and asked, and they said send her over straight away. So I had to go to the hospital, had no choice at that point. When I did go, they checked my eyes, and then they diagnosed me and said, yep, you have intracranial idiopathic intracranial hypertension. And then they explained it to me and said that basically it's pressure that's built up behind my eyes, in between my eyes and my brain, I believe. And it kind of, the symptoms that I'm getting, sort of migraines, blurry vision, feeling like unsteady on my feet, are all symptoms of a brain tumour. So the condition that I've got kind of mimics a brain tumour, but it's not a brain tumour. And so I then got admitted into hospital, and then they had to give me a they had to drain my spine, the fluid from the back of my spine. I was in hospital for, I think, just about a week. And yeah, that was horrible. So from that, I've then been put on medication for that. And yeah, I'm on a lot of medication. So yeah, those are the chronic illnesses that I have. And as you can understand, that being chronically ill and having constant pain through your body every single day, there's not a day that I ever wake up and feel, you know, I just remember the days when I used to wake up and just jump out of bed and was full of life. And it was so hard for me to actually get to a point to accept this living with chronic illness, because it doesn't chronic it's chronic. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't, it's never going to go away. Like, my arthritis is never going to go away, and I have to kind of try and live with it. And at first I really didn't do well at trying to live with it, and I couldn't accept it, and I was really down in the dumps, and I just felt so depressed, and so I then started getting sort of anxiety issues and depression issues, because of all of like my chronic illnesses started to affect me mentally. And then I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety. I thought that I had social anxiety. I didn't really know much about sort of anxieties and stuff like that, but I thought I had social anxiety because I just didn't want to leave the house. But I wasn't just leaving the house just because I didn't want to leave the house. It was also because my mobility is not great, and I found it so hard for people to understand, having to keep explaining that I'm not well, and people look at you like, well, what's wrong with you? You don't look like there's anything wrong with you. So, there's people have this sort of they have this thing where they'll look at somebody and judge you by what you look like, and I just really feel that we need to get out of that mindset, because you can have the door. I'll be back to you. And I feel like chronic illness is so misunderstood. So yeah, I mean, there are some days where I can get up and my pain level is a little bit lower, so I'm able to sort of get up and make myself a cup of tea, but I literally, my day consists of doing something small and then having a break, doing something small and then having a break, but some days I don't even get to do something small because whether it be I'm in extreme pain and I can't even get out of bed, or I am just like my my brain, like today, like my brain is really struggling to function. I find it hard. I rely a lot on my children, and they rely on me to help, like to be their mum, but I rely a lot on them to sort of help with like the running of the house. So my children will load the washing machine, so it's the bending and stuff like that, and sometimes like my hands, like I can't use my hands, so yeah, I mean, chronic illness comes in all shapes and forms. Like it can affect you really highly at one point, so you can have like a massive flare, and then you have a few days where you're feeling relatively, your pain levels are relatively low, and yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody. But like myself, like I struggle every day, like mobility wise. I can't walk very far, and believe it or not, like I have generalized anxiety, and if you don't know what that is, it's like worry after worry. And I'm a happy-go-lucky girl, but I do have my issues. So that's why I want to be real with you guys. I want you to see, like, you guys are not alone. Like, there's so many YouTubers and so many people out there that come on and put on a fake life, and I know that I do sort of put makeup on and I do the fashion shows, but I'll be real with you guys, honestly, like those fashion shows take a lot of work. My children help me get in and out of the outfits. Sometimes my son will edit the videos for me. Like a lot of other work goes in. I have to have breaks in between, like because of the pain in my knees, like just a little bit of like standing in my room and just walking from the door like to the camera, like it's really exhausting. And especially sort of after I do the filming, I get a massive flare for like a day, 2 days, 3 days after wear. You know, sometimes I can barely move, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like I've overdone it. I shouldn't really be doing this, but I get so much joy out of creating YouTube videos and being able to be creative. It's something for my soul. It really uplifts me, and you guys are amazing. Honestly, you guys are amazing. So yeah, so chronic illness comes in all shapes and forms, and we need to get out of that. We need to get out of that judging people by their cover, because you don't know. You don't know what's behind closed doors. You don't know what's happening in people's lives. So that's why I always say it doesn't hurt to be kind. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, if you've got nothing kind to say, just don't say nothing at all. That's for me. That's how I feel. So yeah, I made myself a cup of tea while I went downstairs to open the front door. So should I put some more makeup on, and then what else am I going to do to my face? I don't really want to put like any foundation on or anything like that, but I just want to make myself look a little bit alive. So I think I'm going to put, what am I going to do? I'm going to put a little bit of contour on my face just to warm my face up a little bit. I've got this like She Glam contour stick. It's the darkest colour they had, and I got it for like a makeup video. I think it was a Shein makeup video that I did. Hold on guys, I'm just going to move myself back a bit. I'm literally falling off of the bed. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got it for like a Shein makeup video that I done, and I liked it. So I'm literally gonna get my mirror, because I'm literally just gonna go down this bit here and down this bit here, just to give me some definition. A little bit here, a little bit there, and then a little bit on my nose. I don't know if I did do that very well, but hey ho. Like so. And I do like to put a little bit here. So I'll show you what I'm going to do now. This is not too bad, and it was only cheap. I'm going to get my brushes, because they're like a little bit set back. Give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my brushes. I'm going to use this Real Techniques setting brush. Okay, it's a setting brush, but I don't use it for setting. I just use it to sort of, oops, sorry guys. I use it to just sort of blend out my contour. So I'm just literally just going to blend that out a little bit, and you're going to barely see it, but it will just warm me up a bit. I'm just so pale at the moment, guys. We're not seeing any sun at all. This even hurts my arm doing this. This is what, you know, people don't understand, that just little things like this is honestly hard going. So like so, and then I'm literally just gonna, I would normally sort of like brush it back. I need to dye my hair. Can you see the greys, guys? I started getting, I've always had greys, but I started getting really intense greys after I had my second son. I was like, oh no, I'm officially grown. So I'm literally just gonna go down the nose like so with this. I do normally use a different brush actually on my nose, but I'm being lazy today. I might change it. Like so. So shall we get some questions? Let me get some questions. I had them on my phone. Where is my phone? Here it is. Reach and get my phone. So I had some questions on my phone that people had sent me. So let's go. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So we've got, how are you, Jodie? I'm okay. just plodding on. You know, just like everybody else, I guess, especially everybody else who lives with chronic pain as well. I'm just, you know, I'm just having my good and bad days, just as I do. So thank you for asking. When did you get diagnosed, and what was the process? Okay, so I don't know if I had told you sort of what the process was. So as I said to you guys, I started getting these symptoms of, you know, like I'd been punched severely all over, joint pain, like I couldn't get out of the bed. I just felt like a stiff, you know, 90-year-old woman. I know that sounds really bad, but I couldn't get out of the bed. I was in just extreme pain. I couldn't make it down the stairs. My children, you know, like it was awful for them because they didn't understand what was happening to mummy, and at the time, you know, their dad had left as well, so it was such a rough time. But I then went to the doctors, or I phoned the doctors, explained, you know, what was going on, and I think what the doctor did, because it was in 2017, so it was quite a few years back. But I think what the doctor did, he then referred me. I don't know if he gave me, did he give me any medication there and then? I think he might have given me some sort of medication, but I can't remember. But what I do remember is that he referred me because I was having constant like joint pain in my knees, in my hands and stuff. And I'd been to the GP previously about my joints, my hands and my knees and stuff. He said, why hadn't it been followed up? And I said, I don't know. So he then referred me to the rheumatologist. I then went through to the rheumatologist. They done various tests on me, and it came back that I had sort of the arthritis. But then the doctor, also the rheumatologist, shall I say, she also tested me for like the tender points. So when you have fibromyalgia, there's like tender points that they check, and I think that's sort of like your neck, lower back, and all these different places, joint, elbows, I don't know, but she tested me for all that. And after going to see her several times, and you know, her seeing, because I think I even took like video, my children even videoed me when my hands were like swollen and I was having episodes and stuff like that. And she was the one who diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And then I also got a diagnosis of rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. And yeah, so I had like MRI scan, and I had like x-rays on my hands and my feet. And it wasn't just like overnight, it was like you know, I would say over you know, nearly a year to, you know, or just under a year. And then I got the diagnosis of fibromyalgia, and at the time I did not know what fibromyalgia was. Like, I thought I couldn't even say the word, and it was so hard to accept, because when I did look it up, and you know, there's no cure and they don't really know much about it, and just like what I was reading up on, it just felt like I'm going to be stuck like this forever, and it really did make me go into a downward spiral. And I went onto YouTube, tried to search people on YouTube to see if there was anyone on YouTube that you know, I could sort of like find and relate with. And there wasn't anyone. So then I went on Instagram and tried to find people on Instagram, and I did find accounts on Instagram. However, I must say they were very informative, and I was really happy in one sense to be able to have like accounts that I could relate to, people that I could relate to. However, again, I'll say, these became very toxic for me, because I felt like they made me feel worse, and it made me dwell on my illness even more. And every day when I'd look on Instagram, I was just scrolling through accounts that were talking about fibromyalgia and like arthritis and the pain that it causes them and all the symptoms that they have. And you know what? I have learnt so much from some of these accounts, and it's helped me recognize certain things that is happening to me. So I really am grateful for some of the accounts, and I've kept a lot of I've kept a lot that were helpful for me and informative, but I took the decision to take myself off of any sort of fibromyalgia groups, any sort of social groups, because I just felt, unless it was uplifting, I just felt like it was making me feel worse. And so my aim, especially with YouTube and Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, why are you not? I'll leave my handle somewhere here, but I try and do a mix of both. So I want to like inspire you guys, I want to uplift you, but at the same time I want to show you that, you know, I am suffering with chronic illness and I do struggle every single day. Every single day is a struggle for me, and some days I can manage to do a bit more than I do on other days, but I want to show you a good side. I want to uplift you. I want you to feel good. I don't want to bring you down all the time. So I'm trying to get a happy medium, whereas I can, you know, open up about my illness and make you feel like you're not alone, but at the same time I want to inspire you to try and, you know, find things that make you feel good. Like for me, I love fashion, as you guys know. I love talking about body positivity, because growing up, aside from being unwell, you know, I grew up as a plus size girl and there was no one for me to look up to. There was no one for me to, you know, look at and think, you know, I'm inspired by that person. And I found that very hard. Like I had like quite a rough childhood, like with insecurities in myself and not feeling like I was worthy of anything. I didn't think I was worthy, you know, to have like the friends that I had. They were really slim and beautiful. I felt like an outsider. I felt like I shouldn't really be here. Like I feel out of place. You know, I didn't feel worthy to be loved by a man, because I felt like why are they going to love me? Like I'm disgusting. That's how I used to feel. And I used to look at myself every day and look at myself in disgust, because I used to feel like there was something wrong with me, because no one really told me that I was okay. No one, you know, I don't really remember, like, you know, and I make it such a big thing to tell my children how much I love them and how beautiful I think they are and how handsome I think they are. Because I feel like I missed a little bit of that as a child. So I feel like that's why I've got so much love to give. And yeah, so for me, doing being creative and being sort of a spokesperson for body positivity, because for me, how I see it is, you know, if you want to lose weight, then go and do it. You have the choice, and you have the right to do whatever you want with your body. No one should tell you that you're not okay the way you are, or you're not allowed to do what you want to do to your body. It's your body, do what you want to do. But at the same time, for me, I want to spread the word that just because you're big, it doesn't mean that you have to feel like you're not worthy or you're not beautiful. And I fully accept myself as I am. You know, I'm a lot bigger than I have been in a long while, and you know, I accept myself at every stage. I look in the mirror and I love myself. Like I don't care anymore. I don't look at myself, and I'm not horrible to myself anymore. And so when now I've got to that point, it's like I want to spread that. I want to spread that with you guys. I want you guys to feel the way I feel, because it's such a it's the most amazing feeling ever, from coming from a mindset where you constantly dislike yourself and talk to yourself so horribly. I wouldn't dream of talking to, anybody the way I used to talk to myself and look at myself like, you're disgusting. So yeah, honestly, like, I just want to spread kindness, I want to spread love. I want you to know that you are worthy no matter what, regardless of where you are in your journey, and no one should tell you what you can and can't do with your body. It's your choice. Do what you want. So yeah, so that's that whole point of me starting this channel, and me doing this has really helped me in terms of like my chronic illness. You know, I still have such bad pain and I still struggle, but I have an outlet. This is like my therapy, if you like. And this is my outlet to talk to you guys, to, you know, to be Jodie, to be that girl that I used to be. But I know I'm not her anymore, the one that could go out and run about and, you know, that's pain free. I'm not that girl anymore, but, you know, a part of me, that sort of happy, talkative Jodie that loves fashion and wants to spread the word, you know, I'm able to do that from behind this camera and in the comfort of my own home. So yeah, so that's kind of that's kind of what I've done in terms of helping me find finding something to channel sort of myself and help me with my chronic pain. Because doing that, I think before I did this, I felt lost and I felt like my life is over. I just felt like I you know, I physically can't do a lot because of the pain that I'm in. So I just felt like I'm just useless. Like, you know, I felt like I don't know what to do with myself, and I had all of this inside of me, and I just didn't know how to let it out. So I'm doing it now and I'm loving it. So I just hope that you guys can find something that you love. You know, whether it be anything, starting a YouTube channel, you could do that. You know, making stuff, if you love making stuff, being creative in making stuff, or writing if you love writing, you know, journaling. You know, there's so many different things that you can do, that you can channel all of that sort of sadness, that hurt from, like, because it's a healing process, you know, learning that you've got a chronic illness and knowing that you're going to live with this forever and you're never going to feel well and you're going to be in pain. You know, it is like a healing process of how are you going to get on with your life? How are you going to make the rest of your life work with this illness? Because that's what you have to do. You have to find a happy medium, and you have to in your head think to yourself, right, okay, this is never going to go away. How am I going to have some good days? How am I going to get to a happy medium? Okay, next question says, what medication do you take apart from the injections in your knee? Oh my god, guys, I take a lot of medication to keep me going, and these is what I have. I take medication for my anxiety, depression, depression and anxiety. I take medication for my rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. I also take medication for my bones just to keep them, it's called Adcal, and that sort of helps with the strengthening of my bones, I think. I also take medication for my fibromyalgia, which is, I think, called duloxetine. And I also take, what else do I take? I take a lot of medication, basically. And yeah, it's hard because I go through stages where I'm just like, I don't want to take medication. I really don't want to take medication anymore. Like, medication's not good for you, but at the same time, if I don't take the medication, I will be a hot mess. You know, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed the days that I can get out of bed. So, you know, I have to do what I've got to. I'm a mum and I have to, you know, keep going, and you know, I have to take the medication to keep me going. And yeah, Okay, so let's go to the next question. Will you ever get better or more comfortable? So, as I've said, like chronic illness, arthritis is never going to go away. Fibromyalgia is probably never going to go away. Um, the other illness that I've got in my knees that I've just been recently diagnosed um, is hereditary, and that is not going to go away. The only thing that will help with that, the doctor said, that is to have an operation. But I cannot have that because I am too overweight, and he's not happy to do that for me at the moment. So we're working on a weight loss program, and I'm trying to work on trying to bring my weight down, because I need to, in terms of like, getting help for my knees. And just to feel like a lot, feel healthier in myself, basically, and also the condition to do with my brain, the fluid, that also is affected by my weight. So yeah, I'm on like a weight loss program, and I'm trying. So hopefully, I can, you know, get my illness at a steady level. Um, but yeah, it's just, you know, who's to say? You just keep going every day and try your best. So yeah. Let's see if there are any more questions. So, my question is, what were you having before you were diagnosed? What symptoms were you having? My doctor wants me to try medicine that treats anxiety, depression, and nerve pain. Okay, so as I said, I already explained what I was experiencing when before I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And yes, I think the medication that I take also is used for anxiety and depression and nerve pain. So yeah, I think that's right. But I'm not a doctor, so I cannot say. But the medication I take, I know that it also can be used for those things as well. Um, so first of all, you are stunning. Oh, thank you. You are courageous. I want you to know I subscribed in 10 minutes. Oh, bless you. Thank you. Um, you also have a chronic illness due to cyst covering around. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't a question. It was just like you were talking to me about your chronic illness. So yeah, I mean, I just really thought it was I really want to be open about, I wish there were more people that would talk about chronic illness, because I just feel like it's a bit of a taboo, or people don't talk about it because of fear of being misunderstood. And I'll be honest with you, I had been like that for quite a few years, but I feel like recently, I don't know, something's just telling me talk about it, reach out, let other people know, because I honestly have felt so lonely and so isolated. I've lost so many friends. And family members just don't understand. They just feel like, oh, are you faking it? Why would anyone want to fake being ill? If anything, I fake being well all the blimmin' time. I'm always putting on a brave face. When people ask me, am I okay, I say I'm fine. So if anything, I'm the other way around. Like, I'm always faking that I'm okay when I'm not. So, and I'm pretty sure that is pretty much so many people who have chronic illness do the exact same thing. But yeah, it's just so hard because family, friends, they don't understand when, they invite you to go somewhere and you just can't, because you're just, you can't because your mobility, because of you're having a flare, because of your anxiety. Like, I've lost friends, and it's so sad. I've lost long life childhood friends because of since I became unwell, and because they couldn't understand that, I'm suffering, and they couldn't understand that if I put a little bit of makeup on and I'm smiling, at some point of the day, you know, and then, you know, another day they say, oh, are you coming? And I'm like, I can't. They can't understand, but well, you would looked fine and you was fine the other day. So it's really hard, and I know it's confusing for people who don't suffer with chronic illness, but it's real. The pain is real. Like, we are suffering, it's real. And yeah, so yeah. So honestly, I feel so deep about this whole conversation, because honestly, like, it has affected my life for quite a few years now, and I can imagine there's so many people that have probably been going through it a lot longer than me. And my heart just goes out to you guys, like, honestly. um you know, I just, yeah. Okay, so let's see what this one says. So this one says, "Hey girl, I'm very ignorant about many chronic illnesses, honestly. So any information would be helpful." And that's so nice that somebody is like just message saying they don't know much about it, and they don't even let it sort of, they let it go over their head, and but they're so willing to listen to what I've got to say, listen to how it affects, you know, how it affects me. So she just said, I think I'd like to hear how exactly your life differs on a good and bad day between yourself and your boys. So for me, on a good day, I'm able to get up out of bed, and I'm able to get in my car and take the boys to school and get myself back home. I'm able to go into the kitchen and sort of cook with the children, so that children, one of them always cook with me in the kitchen. But a good day, I'm able to get small things done in intervals. I'm able to make a YouTube video. That is a good blimmin' day. um and then a bad day is like, I can't get out of bed. If I do get out of bed, I can't have a shower, I can't wash myself. I'm just in too much severe pain. Sometimes my mood is low, so it's not just my pain, it's like my mental status, because like, being in pain 24/7 it's like soul destroying, and it affects you mentally as well. It really does get you down, and sometimes it gets me down. I have to say, it gets me down, and then I have my down moments, but then I pick myself up and I get myself going again, whether that be, you know, it's taken me a couple days to do it. um I still get myself up and I get myself going again. And I do have moments like that where, you know, for days on end, like, I don't want to speak to anyone, talk to anyone, and I'm just struggling with life altogether. But then, you know, I manage to pick myself up and, you know, get going again. So yeah, life is, honestly, it is like a merry-go-round living with chronic illness. So yeah, it's always up and down, but a good day is a day where I'm able to get out of bed, I'm able to get in the car, take the children, and I'm able to get dressed, because sometimes, majority of the time, I take the children to school and I can't get dressed. I just hobble out of the bed and then into the car just to take them to just to take them to school, and then I hobble myself back indoors. And yeah, like, that's still quite a bad day. But a good day is I'm able to take them to school, and then I'm able to also get dressed, and just do things that make my heart feel good, make my insides feel good. So yeah, yeah. And I think that's it, really. Let me just see. There's like, how does your illness and symptoms? So we've already answered that. So I think that's it. But if you guys, do have any more questions, I'm gonna put some bronzer on while I'm talking to you guys. If you guys have any more questions about sort of chronic illness, or you guys just want to talk about anything, my my inbox is always open. You can always email me if you like. My email is always in the description box down below. So I always put my email down there, or you can send me a private message on Instagram. I always check them daily. So I'm always there to speak to you via Instagram, or you can email me. I would say it would be better for you to Instagram me. But if I know there are some people that don't have Instagram. So if you don't have Instagram, then feel free to email me, and I would always reply once I see it. Because yeah, I don't ever want anyone to feel, alone or go through what I went through, because I mean, I lost so many friends and family members over me being unwell, because they just couldn't understand, like, and they just kept saying, oh, you just need to pick yourself up, you'll be fine, like, you just need to push yourself. And honestly, saying that to someone with chronic illness is like, it's horrible, because I was the biggest go-getter, and for somebody to tell me, oh, you just need to do this and you'll be okay, it's like a slap in the face, because I've tried so much. So yeah, I bought this Essence blusher the other day, and I absolutely love it. The colour is so nice, it's just so nice. It's really like just like my skin tone, but I just really like it. Yeah, I love it. So I think this is as far as it's going to get in terms of makeup. I think I'll put some mascara on, maybe if I can be bothered. Can you see it's really, really slight, but it just warms my face up and just gives me that little, I'll put a bit on my nose, maybe a little bit of rouge. Yeah, I'll put a little bit of lip gloss on. I really can't be asked to do anything else. Look at my finger. I've got I've pulled all my nails off, guys, because I cut my thumb really badly. So I pulled all my nails off. Let me get some lip gloss. I also bought this from Essence. Essence is from Wilko's, if you guys are interested. Essence do some nice bits. This is just like a lip gloss. It smells really nice. It smells like coconutty. It's really thick though, this one, actually. I bought one before and it had a bit of a nicer colour. Let's top it with a little bit of this. I like this one. And this is the Laura Gilia. I don't know if I say that right. I always say that every time. It's got a bit of a sparkle in it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything else, guys. I really do need to maybe put some mascara on, but honestly, I haven't got the energy, and my body really hurts. I'm surprised I even turned the camera on, but I'm glad I did, because I guess sort of doing it like this, not sort of having sort of a plan of how I'm going to speak to you guys and stuff, and just speak from my heart, I feel like it's more authentic, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to pop on later, but if I don't, I will see you all in my next video, and if I do, you'll see me again later. So we'll have to see. It might be the end, it might not be. Mwah. See you later, guys.